you know, Adebakwa, maybe some. And after questions in the small scale, some more prospecting licenses, and I know Mutia. Sebia 1 acre Utiahi, and large scale or Mutiahi. With us.
Munya baby grandpa small scale for no any. Into Mupetenka. Yes, now with the amount of motor. Yes. Make money, baby, the amount small scale. A small scale, Juma Omoye. Nanan size so no more Juma. Small scale, Ponzo, Omutia royalties. In the Panzamine, another Kenya, more. My first best 1,000 acres for her. The large scale, no Yami Buana Senka, Bibi Bonwa, Obutia royalties. The day I get 1,000 acres near the small scale mining. Omo Juma also. Omutu royalties. I didn't pass one and another. Ibinya, every royalty, small scale, Omo Juma, Omo Yen. The million can you say, Obi or yes, small scale piano, or banana size as well. And I'm saying the beer, the quantum of gold or to know. If I come yam rebby, you who say, Afibia now for some and Biano. So, yen and also, assassin's word Juma. Royalties be seen, and as with Tiama. Nananum. The entire Mamacas as a man was as a man says out. Or that forest. Obia Beji, Yaman 10 years. Or to go to the BB filling station, Kumana. Unto a royalist. Unto a bidder. And you know, say, Badia, Miss Red, say, one function, now small scale miners. Our Moya, you know. Omutia royalties, a man and ananum to in your source.
Paname Pacho say, Yeti Hay, what the Atman say, ye review Emrano. As ye review Emrano, what jai licensing, no, for more scale and some of the Guso. The entire makers answer, and I know you're the yard. The Pamo be in office. What the letter from Mineral Commission by Semaman crying to me to small scale mining. I will family, the Pamon, if in office, soon see who crab you. Yes, I must see a review, dear. I didn't know Mineral Commission who cost swagger license in Emma.
We have more proposals, I can tell you. So, begin the attempt 30 or the attempt 10. Now, the formulation what kind of Amrano? A holder of a mining lease shall sign a community development agreement (CDA) with the communities that may be impacted by mining operations. Communities. Maybe we don't vision of community there. But the Igbo community. Be on the set up Kingdom Crowd. Oh, and a experienced mining company. About to me, I could try a non-existent, nondescript, microphobia, no, so because I'm in the community, Nakosia. I don't know, explicit say, shall have a man with the appropriate traditional landowners.
Okay.
Make our chiefs, because baby or what? Landowner, no, not your family. But you must recognize the two classes in the family system. Until more cancer, obey why or him. Now, 1% Sabio, I am also a better short change. Until some nana, you say, a bassa, not said, what's the community there? Obey, I'm not in the bank of TB. Probably one more agreement. Now, I'm crowd to only one. Said now, my butter and kind. I didn't say, oh, been a baby. It started up to 1857 and 1901. Not mean as in your idea. From 1962, and at 126, at the Minas, and I could share presidency. And I feel Abasa. Now, say, we have put up nothing, which is a bomb. Until holiday, Madama, I'm moving here. Said, only the community may a man answer a year. Committee the anasa abati hɔ na obi uche ɔhene te hɔ no obi a ɔmfa ho koraa ɔso ɛne ano akɔyɛ agreement ɛnie madam mo hwɛ ɔyɛ man ɛna deɛ ɛtɔ so bio wokasa no wokasa afei sɛ deɛ no menya na afei so henkaeɛ no na nano bɛyɛ endorse ayi mining applications no ansa na aba but mmara no wankyerɛ bu sɛ ɛnam sɛnti no yɛkyɛngyi sei ne abɛkyɛ mmara no mu anaa bi a act clause 10 yɛbɛdelete ɛde clause sei aba a ɛbɛyɛ binding sɛ deɛ mɛka mmɔfo anka mɛka sɛ deɛ ɔkan asim sɛ declarations of intent wopɛ no saa but mmara no nso ɛnkyerɛ saa nti sɛ nkyerɛ saa no sɛ woanya obi a ɔno ɔwɔ hɔ a onim ahemfo ɛho mfasoɔ ɛho ɛtumi a ɔbɛhwehwɛ no na afei ɔba a ɔno deɛ ɔpɛ ɛna ɔyɛ badeɛ deɛ mmara no pɛ anaa deɛ boa society no nti sɛ wonya wode ba a nka amendments a mode ma no mɔmyɛhu the existing act no ɛne amendments a mpɛ sɛ moyɛ na sɛ yɛn nso yɛpɛ sɛ yɛ review bi a na wɔde ba new clauses a bɛsɛ ɛde hyɛ bom so yɛhyɛ introduce saa clauses no but when restrict here to amendments nkwan deɛ not start for your ability to even offer new suggestions wọ́n sɛ deɛ wabiem ahodom no biara sɛ biribiara fɛ mu mbie na it shouldn't be restricted to deɛ wɔpɛ sɛ wɔkwan wɔyɛ wadaroma nti mɔpɛ sɛ yɛ de bibi ba meaningful di a deɛ mɔde ba no the current act 206 act 703 nyinaa mo pamra monya corresponding to it no the clauses a wɔpɛ sɛ change ɛna deɛ mɔpɛ sɛ wɔde ɛka ho nso a ɛba no wɔn mfa nka ho mmra na Ghana for holistic view no yɛnyinaa nso yɛntumi contribute bi na ayɛ saa deɛ a deɛ mode ba yɛ de mɔda ama ɛmmoa yɛn papa
na mpɛ sɛ busa biribi but dodoɔ no na nadwadwen aka na neɛ mepɛ sɛ mebusa ɛne sɛ nhyehyɛe na yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde seesei no ɛyɛ top bottom approach ayɛpɛ sɛ yɛ no bottom top approach tɛ biara no yɛhu ne sɛ top bottom no deɛ anyɛ yi seesei yɛpɛ sɛ yɛkɔ bottom top mining so ɛnyɛ simple saa isika ɛnyɛ de small scale miners a yɛka a yɛkafa meka ne sɛ ɛtoɔ no ɔbɛtua ma yɛn wɔn ni sika no bi koraa musoma atwerɛ ahyɛm sɛ within 6 months from issuing of the mineral license also to be develop a community development agreement by that time now 25 acres now the man no a mining weed in Sikako until hon say ade house yehwe ni because 25 acres madwemu de isa na e dey ma small scale miners
but we can mining no what you say can say no me you know the day if say a person no so I've been brother but that is one that you know obi o ti fi esi emphasize ma wo mo mo say abra certain no be no mo so mo be say say be me no so but so can say can say no if you not to come say ya say obi ko ko ma say say no say no aba that's that you no be o ga say no aba that's that you say o mo ni no so ma yin ni no ko say no say aba that's can say no so mo ni dey if you na ka no because cancer they have so certainly edia so you so many day the my no say on go so I could go so you buy no say do no say sia if you could say sia and no I'm not so sure to go of the so my we had so the go so ekoba
I refer to the constitutional provision. It's another new point. Because Constitutional Review Committee, you know, and I bet you that thing. It's one of the things my name is almost Constitutional Review Committee. First, and I should be the last person to do that also as a chief. So that's my answer to that. Your case is legitimate. In fact, your core central region. In terms of the servicing, because servicing is also process, central region House of Chiefs, almost the servicing bar. Because last year, you called National House of Chiefs, Not mistaken, yes, the chief at that place. So, for example, if obey the application, one of the Konongwa will not typically serve, even though that is his area. But when we meet at the National Association, serve the paramount chief, serve the chief, and then also serve the regional minister. If we are both been into the process, 3 years ago, we saw Central Region, there would be process go back Central Region, serve the traditional council. Serve the traditional council. That's how they said. Don't because the paramount chief and all those are informing now. To serve the traditional council on the free meeting. Your core Western regions, they also said the same thing. I may respectfully ask Nananom whether they also want to go along with it, or I'll take advice right from here. Because they have Nananom, you serve the traditional council now open the certain categories. That's my response to that. The other one to me, the landowners, because in Ukraine, the underlying factor was that when we say sit down with the community now, we mean the paramount chiefs. It's the best example to the landowners. I think so. Yeah, regulations now. You know about the film to make sure say I'm open and say I open your captain because we are in for France and the best example. Me answer the other questions we are central regions for Nigeria now. Every traditional council process be but now we should still go the typical traditional way of doing paramount chief and all those things. But the other one it's not a problem. Assembly, mosques, regional minister, no problem. But I want to know how Asantima wants it when you are serving a process on them. No, that's it. Right. And then the other one thing is that we not be found royalties as in what unfortunately Ukraine small scale for almost royalties that. If you see binding under the cooperative scheme now, and for 4 count, part of it will involve they paying royalties. But then the question is, what about and you be part of the cooperative scheme? You'll be one as an individual person also pay license. They are also going to now start paying something to the traditional council. That's why we are changing the law. So every battle. Then you not be sorry. Small scale you more than the month 10 years, 5 years renewable. So what we are going to do is that Ansana only and for fundable transit I concerning the community development agreement. You the board to us say you must sign before you start work. You have to sit down and sign. Like for example, you're not licensor. This is called GEP, not the G chief inspector of mines here. Ansana one shall see it. The same way, relocation. You have to finish relocation before you start the mine. So I don't think it's a bit higher say before you start work, finalize the community development agreement. In fact, all public hearing on the EPA process, you can start discussing with Nanano. It will be a panel now EPA and send the local ratification. Now, and she shared the other. So I think it's in the right direction. We'll look at it and make sure that we follow that. We'll check Kenya Mras and finalize everything with the chiefs before you start it. Small scale for almost to see the equivalent of $100 FBR for the annual mineral rights. But said America, media, as far as I'm concerned, my main exceptions right, only to royalties that. The institutional government under cooperative scheme with this new amendment is to allow them to pay some amount of money to Nanano. And yes, I change a bit from royalties. I bet me a 12 year. You know about transit and agree on some quantum of money that should be paid to the chiefs and the traditional council. We don't necessarily have to call it royalties. So it's a share about so don't buy them $100 I feel beer as a mineral right because mo book our process or be a map or be for surveyor and mo book up landscape phone per block almost $700 per block. Mining is $300 and the abandoners commission share inspectors because this cover buying fees man BB. So that is my answer to that particular question on how much the large scale people pay and then the small scale. So I think that is it. The other one, the Constitutional Review Committee, meeting our partner, me face me or that mandate, and I'm a dada, and I'm having so mostly a lawyer and I think that one, as gentleman, can do a strong petition that take a look at Article 257 again. What one shall be that? Make hyper. That was a same response from Nana Mampoini. Our young baby, or maybe any honor, Namayin Bibia. Or by into the Urban Commission is here. Obi Mampo Hopetna and not about processing. Many official response are many bedroom town. And then the other one too has to do with the small scale. No, we're casting the social multi said, was it 2-3 months ago? Minister announced that license be Yamaya from December or so. No, how much. I think so. And she said, after the committee, I review all the processes. Fortunately, Dr. Minister and the chair, he says, Minister will buy on sign license be in respect of that. Or six something she shall answer. In the manner where the Adaroma, number, I'll follow up on that case personally for you.
The second issue of some people coming with small scale licenses. When the NDC administration took over, the first thing the minister did was to suspend or cancel or revoke all licenses that were given out after the elections. And so if anybody comes to you with any license dated after the elections, it is invalid and the person should not be allowed to use it to mine. The minister has also asked me to chair a committee to review all small-scale licenses. God willing, Monday, I'll submit the report to him. I won't go into details, but the number of licenses that we looked at, about 1,278. From where I stand, only 316 didn't have problems. The rest would be able to raise issues with them. And so once we submit the report to the minister, this is the first time I'm disclosing this, I haven't even told the minister. Once we submit it to him, the appropriate actions will be taken. Let me also say this. You cannot make a law for a nation like Ghana that will exclude some parts of the country. One is a law, it is a law for the whole country. The difference is that this time, instead of a chief sitting at a palace and somebody will come and say that a license has been approved for me, it starts with the chief. So if the chief is not interested, when they come at the very beginning, you tell them that this is my territory, we are not accepting small-scale mining. Go and look for another place. But it will be difficult for us to make laws that will exclude some parts of the country and say that after this place is a no-go area for mining. Then the issue of payment of royalties. There is a law, Section 25 of Mining and Minerals Act 2015 requires that small-scale miners should pay royalties. I think it's about enforcement. And so we avert our minds to this law and make sure that we get them to also pay the royalties. let me finally say that we are here because we believe that by the time you be here, by the time you bring your inputs, we would have learned so much from you. And so whatever we are doing here are just proposals. And the law-making process is that we have to engage stakeholders. Now this law will come to, this bill will come to Parliament, and we will take it through all the processes. So whatever input you make here will be taken on board in the law processing journey. But because I stand far, I can't see the name. Nana, who's at the last seat there? Nana Jabin, wonderful. You cannot ask him or ask this house to amend the law that they haven't seen. What is the default in the current law? And what do we seek to amend? All this must be made available to them. And then again, clause by clause, we are taking this clause out. Why? You say the reason. We are bringing in this clause. Why? You say the reason. We will make all these things available to you so that you, at your leisure time, can go through the bill one after the other. No, this place that they say they are bringing this, no, they shouldn't bring it. Our opinion is that they should do it this way. So you can create a column and put your remarks, then you submit that report to us. I have so much confidence in this house that at the end of the day, you will help us to do a law that will stand the test of time. I'm grateful.